Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Why showing Beth's maternal side in Yellowstone Season 5 is important, explained by director. Yellowstone director Christina Voros has explained why showing Beth's, Kelly Riley, maternal side in Season 5 is important for her ongoing character development. Out of everyone on the cast of Yellowstone, Beth has always been in survival mode, doing everything it takes to preserve herself and the people she's closest to, like Rip, Cole Hauser. However, Season 5, Episode 12 also saw her as more maternal, taking Carter, Finn Little, a young boy working on the ranch, under her wing. This reveals a parental side of her the show hasn't fully explored before. Speaking with Collider, Voros explained the importance of Beth showing a maternal side to Carter in Yellowstone's final episodes, emphasizing how they complete each other, especially after John's, Kevin Costner, death. His presence also allows her to feel like a mother, something the director revealed Beth never thought would be possible because of all the current circumstances of her life. Check out what Voros had to say about the change in character below. Beth is many things. She's a warrior and she's a tornado and she's a loving daughter, but she's also a stepmother in a way. There are so many people in this world who have that kind of relationship. Beth has really become a mother to this young boy, both filling a gap in his heart and he fills a gap in hers, and their relationship is really complicated and interesting. Beth is tough on Carter and she speaks her mind. She is in charge. Beth is in charge with Rip, Beth is in charge with everyone. But there's a real tenderness and a wisdom that she tries to impart in Carter, and he brings out the motherly side in her that she has cut off from herself for so many years because she thought she would not have the opportunity to be one. Beth has really become a mother to this young boy, both filling a gap in his heart and he fills a gap in hers. It's a beautiful, complex friendship. Beth's maternal instincts were most prevalent when Colby, Denham Richards, died, saving Carter from a bucking horse, forcing the Dutton matriarch to console him. This brought out a new side to her character, emphasizing how quickly the events of Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 have changed her. Despite the tragic loss of a trusted ranch hand, she's able to set aside her own grief to keep the boy from feeling like it was his fault. It's a new lens on her character that indicates even more similar developments moving forward. As for Carter, his arrival at the ranch signifies the next generation that Beth and Rip are fighting for after John's tragic murder. Their efforts to preserve her familial legacy also means passing the torch, which the young ranch hand signifies thanks to his involvement in their day-to-day work. Seeing him as a son offers hope for the preservation of her family into the future, even as dramatic tension and potential issues continue cropping up for them. It also potentially sets up Yellowstone Season 6, whose existence still remains unclear. With just 2 episodes left, it seems Yellowstone will be further exploring Beth's new maternal side before the series comes to a close. While this new part of her character is being established rather late into the series, Carter still perfectly emphasizes what her and Rip are fighting for when it comes to the ranch's future. With plenty of moments of growth and development for her yet to come, the final episodes could further highlight the significance of her new character. Season 5, one of the most compelling and transformative character developments is the evolution of Beth Dutton, a central figure known for her sharp edge, fierce loyalty, and unyielding toughness. Yet, in this season, audiences are granted a rare glimpse into Beth's maternal side, a facet of her personality that has often been obscured by her complex, abrasive demeanor. For Beth, revealing this softer side isn't just a character trait, it's a crucial step in her evolution. Director Taylor Sheridan, who has become synonymous with the gritty, emotionally charged storytelling of Yellowstone, sheds light on the deeper significance of this narrative shift. Beth Dutton, played by the incomparable Kelly Riley, has long been one of Yellowstone's most intriguing and multifaceted characters. From her tragic past to her intense loyalty to her father, John Dutton, and her ruthless methods of protecting her family's interests, Beth has always projected an image of strength, control, and emotional detachment. Her character is a mixture of sharp wit and even sharper defenses, particularly when it comes to her vulnerability and her emotions. However, Season 5 dives deeper into this character's psyche, showing us sides of Beth that were previously buried under layers of trauma, anger, and self-preservation. It is in these moments that we begin to understand her humanity in a more profound way. The decision to explore Beth's maternal instincts is not just a plot device, it is a reflection of the show's commitment to portraying complex, multidimensional characters. Sheridan and the creative team behind Yellowstone recognize that no one exists in a vacuum, especially a character as important as Beth. She is more than just the ambitious, power-hungry woman we've seen before. She is a product of her experiences, some of which have made her fiercely protective and others, notably her traumatic experiences with motherhood, have made her wary of vulnerability. The portrayal of Beth's maternal side is important because it adds layers of empathy and relatability to her character. Throughout much of the show, Beth's hard exterior has often alienated viewers, even as they admired her fiery spirit. But in Season 5, when she allows herself to soften and express a deep care for those around her, particularly for her husband Rip Wheeler, played by Cole Hauser, and their desire to have children, the audience sees a side of her that is often hidden in the earlier seasons. In Season 5, Beth's complex relationship with motherhood is explored through her struggles with infertility and her past trauma. This storyline is particularly poignant because it introduces the vulnerability that Beth has worked so hard to suppress. She is often portrayed as a woman who takes control of situations with force, but when it comes to her desire for motherhood, the one thing she cannot control becomes her emotional battleground. Her difficulty with fertility, tied to a traumatic abortion forced on her during her youth, creates an emotional and personal conflict that audiences can empathize with. In these moments, Sheridan allows Beth's grief, vulnerability, and maternal instincts to shine through, providing a balance to her previously more hardened traits. As Sheridan explains, showing Beth's maternal side was important because it humanizes her. There are so many layers to Beth, and one of the most important layers is her desire to protect and nurture. Her fierceness isn't just about destruction, it's about love and the fear of losing what she holds dear. When we show her softer side, we give the audience a deeper understanding of why she's the way she is significant not only for Beth as a character but also for the broader themes of Yellowstone. One of the central motifs in the series is family, in all its forms, and this maternal aspect of Beth's character reflects the way in which Yellowstone continuously explores the intricacies of family relationships. Beth's evolution shows that even the most hardened individuals can possess immense capacity for care and tenderness. It's a reminder that strength is not always synonymous with aggression or toughness. Sometimes, it lies in the ability to be vulnerable and open to love. Furthermore, Sheridan understands the importance of contrasting character traits in storytelling. The juxtaposition of Beth's maternal side with her more ruthless, business-oriented persona serves to highlight the complexity of human nature. It forces the audience to question preconceived notions about what makes a person good or bad. Beth, a woman who has fought tooth and nail for control and power, is now shown grappling with feelings of helplessness and loss. This internal battle makes her character more dynamic and, ultimately, more relatable. In addition, this maternal side also helps to further the emotional depth of her relationship with Rip Wheeler. Rip, much like Beth, is a character forged in adversity and loss, and their bond has always been one of mutual understanding and loyalty. However, as Beth grapples with the desire for motherhood, Rip's unconditional support becomes a central part of her journey. For Rip, who has always been portrayed as a strong but quiet man, offering his wife support in this difficult time shows the depth of his love and commitment. This gives their relationship a new dimension, one that balances Rip's rugged stoicism with the emotional vulnerability that Beth has often avoided. As the director explains, Their relationship is the heart of the show in many ways, and showing Beth's vulnerability around Rip allows their bond to evolve into something even more powerful. For Sheridan, exploring Beth's maternal instincts was also an opportunity to delve into the notion of legacy, which is a recurring theme throughout the Yellowstone series. Beth's struggle with motherhood underscores her fears of legacy, not just the legacy of her family's ranch, but also the legacy of her own future. Will she be able to pass on the values she holds dear? Will she leave something meaningful behind? These are questions that plague her, especially as she faces the possibility of never becoming a mother. Sheridan carefully weaves these existential themes into Beth's storyline, using her personal journey to reflect broader questions about the future and what it means to create something that endures. The importance of showing Beth's maternal side also speaks to the theme of healing. For a character as wounded as Beth, the path to healing often involves confronting her past, acknowledging her pain, and allowing herself to embrace love, even if it is fraught with fear and uncertainty. As Beth begins to open up about her longing for motherhood and the pain of her past decisions, she becomes a more emotionally rich and layered character. This arc provides a sense of closure to some of the unresolved emotional wounds that have defined her journey up until this point.